What's going on, everybody? So this is going to be the final GmiasWorld podcast for, or recap for the NFL 2015-2016. Obviously, Super Bowl 50 was finished yesterday, February 7th, 2016. A very, very ridiculous Super Bowl in my opinion. And keep in mind, I'm a fan of neither team. I don't really give a F about what happens, but if you guys have been following my recaps for a while, I'm going to go back into the past to tell you why the Panthers actually lost this game. And it goes way back to my recaps from previous years about Cam Newton. But let's, first of all, let's just take a minute to just say, wow, how fast the season went by. Everything is done. And look, yeah, it's it. This is the last one. Guys, remember, I'm going to let you guys know again, you can download all my recaps, my podcasts, everything that I do for free on iTunes and Android. It's available in the Podcast Source app in the Google Play Store. On iTunes, it's direct. Just type in GmiasWorld Podcast on iTunes and it's there. Or you can just check the links or whatever in the description box of this YouTube video. Okay, so there we go. We're going to get right into it right now. This game's... At the first half of this game, I'm gonna be honest with you, it was very, very boring, ridiculous. Lady Gaga was more exciting with the national anthem. Look, I'm gonna tell you this right now. The Panthers, I don't know what the hell happened. It was very, very disgusting to watch. We're not even gonna get to the fact that Cam Newton didn't dive in for a fumble and they're saying that he tapped out and all this kind of crap like that. I'm gonna go first and let you guys understand something. Von Miller is a monster, a beast. I don't care who you put in front of him. The funny thing about Von Miller though, this man is coming off of an ACL tear. I don't know what they've done to medicine, pharmaceuticals, or whatever like that, but back in the day, bro, back in the day when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. Listen, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I don't understand what happened. I really and truly do not understand what happened, man, because you cannot block that guy. You cannot block Von Miller. Listen, he deserves the MVP. Look, let's not get to the fact that Peyton Manning, he managed the game, so you can see on his face right there. If you look at his face, you can see that he's not really happy about winning it because he didn't do anything. It wasn't the Peyton Manning of old. It was just a guy that was there that was, you know, 655 years old, just maintaining the game. You know what I'm saying? Similar to Trent Dilfer when the Ravens won, when that defense was so crazy. You know what I'm saying, guys? Like, let's just be honest. That wasn't a real Peyton Manning. So I watched his emotion. I watched the way he was. He wasn't as excited because he won it, but he knows it's the defense that won it. Even with Aqib Talib, whatever the hell his name was, being a total douche, giving the Carolina Panthers, you know, first downs, whatever like that, they still couldn't do anything to that defense. That defense, yo, that defense is fierce, bro. DeMarcus Ware, listen, DeMarcus Ware and Von Miller, that's how a team is supposed to be. That's what I was saying for the Houston Texan fans, that douchebag Jadeveon Clowney needs to be removed from the team, bro, because he's not helping JJ Watt or anybody else out on the team. He's not really doing anything. You know what I'm saying, bro? If you got those kind of pass rushers and those on both sides and you're able to make noise like that, this is what happens. You know, their secondary is pretty decent. Talib and Chris Harris Jr. ain't no slouches, but this is the problem that I have with Jadeveon Clowney, because I believe he has the talent to do it, but he's just, I don't know what he's doing. He's similar to, yo, whatever. Let's just talk about this guy, what is that? What is the fat guy's name? The fat fullback, Mike Tolbert. Okay, look, guys, if you guys follow me on Twitter at GmiasWorld, you would know that once I saw that fumble by Mike Tolbert, I knew it was over. He fumbled before, you know what I'm saying, and he recovered it, and he did it again. In the Super Bowl, it's all about momentum. If you remember the last time the Broncos went there and, you know, the Seattle Seahawks went with sex toys and just demolished them like 43-8, it was a momentum swing. The Denver Broncos started off so horribly and they never recovered. The Panthers were never really able to get anything going. They were never, ever really able to get anything going, and that was the major issue of this game. Keep in mind that Cam Newton's... He went back. If you go back to my older videos, because if you see how I was very, very happy for him winning the MVP and stuff like that, and I was excited about the way he didn't just stand in the pocket anymore and he actually moved around like a mobile quarterback, you would know that I had a term for him, that he would stand in the pocket like an erected penis. That's what he did for most of the game. He broke some runs here and there, but when Von Miller went around and got that fumble for 6 for the defense, and they sacked him again, he was just standing there. Sometimes you would see he would run around and do stuff like that, but he's a mobile QB. He went back to being the old Cam Newton. I'm gonna call it what it is. He went back to being the old Cam Newton. It was very, very sad to watch. I was disgusted, but he went back to being the old Cam Newton. This is not even about the Panthers. This Super Bowl 50 is all about the Denver Broncos defense. It's not about Peyton Manning. It's not about any. Listen, it's all about that defense. They demolished Tom Brady. You see what I'm saying, bro? This is the thing that I'm trying to make people understand. It has nothing to do with Manning. The Super Bowl win has nothing to do with Manning. It has nothing at all to do with Manning and everything to do with the Denver Broncos defense. I want people to understand that because I don't want to hear that, you know, Peyton Manning, listen, he made some throws that, you know, Pop Warner little kid quarterbacks can make. That's not what I'm talking about. That people have to understand. It was defense versus defense. And look, Peyton Manning, the run game saved him. The defense gave him 7 points early on to start to make it go 10-0. When you start doing stuff like that in a game like this, and when momentum swings is going on, everybody feeds off of it. You know what I'm saying? The defense was ready to go. It was nothing that you could do to stop the Denver Broncos from winning this game. And fat-ass Mike Tolbert that looks like he wants to be like Eddie Lacy, look, when they were driving the ball right there, just think about it. He had a big run. They would have scored right there. It would have been a whole entirely different game. And a lot of people, yeah, but you know, Gano missed the kick. Listen, that doesn't matter. Because once one thing happens, that's the biggest thing that people have to realize. If you've ever played a sport, I've played sports, and I've known, you know, even though in my mind as a player, it's never over. If I made a mistake or one of my teammates made such a drastic mistake, Patrick Peterson muffing that punt in a championship game, it's certain mistakes that you make in a game that you don't recover from. And that's what my point is. And people need to understand that. I wasn't worried about Peyton Manning. I knew he would throw with his noodle arm. You saw a lot of his passes were like crazy, ridiculous, wobbly balls. I wasn't worried about that. What I wanted to see was how the Panthers played against the Denver Broncos defense. And when I predicted that the Panthers would win, I thought that Cam Newton would be Cam Newton and always be moving around. He was nervous with the read. He didn't know what the hell he was doing. He was scared. And that's what I'm trying to explain to you guys. When you talk about Russell Wilson and why I think Russell Wilson has become a very decent quarterback, he is very elusive and he makes decisions, whether right or wrong, with that ridiculous pass he made in the Super Bowl that gave it to the New England Patriots. He makes his decisions and he goes with it. He doesn't sit there and wait for the guys to just sack him and he's just back there and he's not diving in piles of fumbles. I don't know what he was doing. I'm not even going to accuse him of anything. I'm not going to be one of those guys that say, yeah, he's point shaving, he's doing stuff like that. It was very, very interesting to watch the way he reacted when that ball was right there in that pile and how he stepped away from the pile. Because even bum-ass RG3 dove into a pile in a preseason game. You guys remember that? That was very concerning to me that he went out like that. And I am very disgusted with Cam Newton today, as the Carolina Panthers fans should be as well. I'm going to tell you this right now. When you want to win, you go above and beyond. That mother effer looked at the ball right there and was like, all right, you know what? Let's see what happens. Let me see what happens in there. You don't do that in the Super Bowl. That's one thing that he won't be able to live down. All his yoga commercials and he's working out. I'm going to tell you this right now. Kobe Bryant is 1,000 years old. And if the ball is on the ground in the finals, even with all his, he had, what was the last injury he had? He had the Achilles. He had all these injuries. He's had shoulders. He had all kinds of stuff. Kobe Bryant is diving in head first with this fucking Achilles out, trying to get that ball. Because Kobe at heart is a winner. And it's very disgusting that he did that. And I just have to be honest about it. Because you guys know when I get on this microphone, I'm not going to be biased. And I know I was wrong. I took the Panthers. You guys were right. Everybody that said that the Broncos would win, kudos to you guys. I'm admitting I picked the wrong team. I went with a guy that doesn't seem to have the heart, bro. Kobe Bryant is 4,000. His age keeps going up every time I say it. Kobe Bryant is 9,476 years old. He would have dove in there butt naked, no uniform, in front of the, because it's something in you when you want to win so bad that nothing else can stop you. And notice, you got to notice, look at who I'm using, Kobe Bryant, because he has looked disgusting. He's retiring, stuff like that, but you can never question his heart. Why is it that these athletes do things like this that forever now you're going to get your heart questioned? Even Peyton Manning You know, you remember in the beginning when they had the challenge that the fact that he got sacked? He's getting up and running again. And that mother effer got like 19 neck injuries. He knows if he get blasted, he's done. He got more heart than Cam Newton. But it all goes back to fat ass Mike Tolbert, who probably had 6 glazed donuts with a burger on a stick and was hanging out with Eddie Lacy. That man needs to be cut. I don't care, bro. Gano needs to be cut. All these kickers, bro, they need to be gathered together and just fucking slap. Like one guy, like Arnold Schwarzenegger in his prime, needs to go back and just slap all of them in a line. These kickers are trash. But it's not, I can't even blame Gano. Because Gano didn't really, you know, that kind of took the air out of the sails of the Panthers. But go back to when it really started. Mike Tolbert, fat ass wide Mike Tolbert. I can't even say his name. I'm so pissed off about it. That's where it all came down to. So this Super Bowl 50 was all about the Denver Broncos defense. Nothing to do with Peyton Manning. I don't want to hear about Peyton Manning. Look, he just went there. He was a Trent Dilfer from the Baltimore Ravens, and that was it. That's all that happened. Josh Norman, why are you crying, bro? Oh, it hurts you that much? Bro, you had the ball in your hands. Why didn't you pick it off, dumbass? Like, bro, you guys run around, you know, you piss off OBJ. OBJ fucking torpedoes you in the penis, and all kinds of stuff happens, and you have the ball in your hands in the most important game ever. And you drop it, and then you cry. Okay. You can cry when you win. Don't cry when you lose. I've won important championships and cried when I've won. Because it just looks more good. It shows that you're human. Michael Jordan did it. It's like you work so hard it all comes together. When I lose, I can't cry. Because I suck. Even though I was really good at the sports that I played, okay, I suck though. So I'm going to go back and work harder. I lost, let's go. This motherfucker crying, right? He crying like it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like he just saw Cinderella for the first time. Mother effer, this ain't a love story. Pick the goddamn ball. Pick the ball off. And just another thing before I finish out. Aqib Talib, or whatever the F his name is, he needs to calm the F down. Isn't that the dude that allegedly shot his sister's boyfriend or something in broad daylight? That motherfucker. Listen, I understand you a gangster, and I understand that motherfuckers gotta go and bust their gats. I understand all that. But when you're playing on a national stage and everybody is looking at you in Black History Month, you are representing Black History Month. So somebody needs to go slap him across his face and let him understand that. Relax, bro. You're on a national stage. Show some respect for your people. Because you know goddamn well Cam Newton didn't do it. He see the ball right in front of him. Everybody was, every person of color was like, God damn it, mother effer, jump in there for Martin Luther King. Jump in there for, bro, Malcolm X. Jump in there for somebody. God damn it, jump in there. Mother effer just watched it happen. That mother effer crazy. Yeah, I just said you heard me from New Orleans. Shout out to New Orleans and the Mardi Gras out there. My boys are out there having a good time. I'm going to say you heard me like I was taught. I was taught that, you know, the Southern lingo. If you're from the South, I want you to leave a comment. Let me know if I did it right. Yep. I just said you heard me. And that's pretty much what I'm leaving you with at the end of Super Bowl 50. I want to thank everybody for downloading my podcast. Over 80,000 downloaded. It's so much appreciated, guys. All across the world. You guys are definitely appreciated by GmiasWorld. And we'll see you next season, man. But again, this Super Bowl 50 is all about the Denver Broncos defense. Von Miller, DeMarcus Ware, Chris Harris. You know, I don't even want to say Aqib Talib because he's just such a douchebag. But and I know I'm missing out on a lot of other names that had a big part to do with it. But it had nothing to do with Peyton. It was all about the Denver Broncos defense. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you enjoy that MVP, Von Miller. Well deserved. You cannot be stopped, even after coming off of an ACL tear. Until next time, it's always one love.